Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. We've got FM24 coming in just about a week or a little bit more for the beta. So just so you know, what I am going to do is I've got a couple more tactics I'm going to try. I got two more that I'm going to relive with the actual teams for Man City and Liverpool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little break for just a couple of days before FM24 comes out, kind of get my ducks in a row and get myself situated. And then we're going to go straight to FM24 content. I'm not fully sure what we're going to do. It's going to be continuation of tactics, some player profiles and things like that. And on my channel, the Sefian FM channel, I'm going to be doing a save. If you want to take a look, there is a poll between AC Milan, Valencia, Villarreal, some teams like that. If you want to see a certain, a specific team for a save as the first save of FM24 in the beta period, let me know. Head on over to the channel, go to the community tab and check that out. But today we are going to relive somewhat a tactic that I covered only a couple of days past. This is the AngeBall 433. However, this is not the AngeBall 433 that I brought to you. This is an AngeBall 433 brought to you by RDF Tactics. He is a content creator for FM and has done a fantastic write-up on his website. This is not in the Steam Workshop. I will give you the links for the download. I will give you the link for the YouTube page, things like that. There's plenty to take a look at and check it out. He seemed to really do his homework when creating a tactic. So we're going to check this one out today. It is a standard 4-3-3, as you can see. Sweeper, keeper, and attack in the back. A wing back on the left in support. A full back in support on the right. A central defender in defend on both sides. A deep lying playmaker in support. Up in front. A central midfielder in support. A Mazzala in support. Inside forward on the left in attack. And a winger in attack on the right. A pressing forward in support in front. Now, this was made for FM22, but because I brought you the previous AngeBall 433, I thought I'd bring you this because, again, they were using the same thumbnail for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm going to bring you this. It does work from FM22 into FM23, which is nice to see. And we'll see how it actually does this time around. Now, Ange Postecoglou, I'm not pronouncing that correctly, used to be the Celtic manager. And at the time this tactic was created, he was still Celtic manager. And that was the team that RDF Tactics used for his test. So obviously he's moved to Tottenham now and he's no longer with Celtic. So obviously the players have changed. A lot of things have changed. We'll see how it does for our three teams of Tottenham, Newcastle, and Wolves in just a minute. But things are going to be a little bit different from his version. But in possession, you can see attacking width is fairly wide. Overlap in the left and right, play out of defense. Passing directness is shorter, tempo is standard. Low crosses, work the ball in the box. Run at defense, be more expressive. In transition, counter press, distribute to the fullbacks and roll it out. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution and get stuck in. Now, how did it do for our three teams? You could see not all that well. Tottenham at 64, probably on the average side. Wolves 56, probably again on the average side. Newcastle though in 12th at 49 points, definitely lower, far lower than what they are expected to be at. Tottenham's schedule doesn't look all that bad. I mean, there's a lot of red, but you've got a nice sea of green and a little bit of yellow there. But Carabao Cup third round, you drop out 0-1 against Nottingham Forest right before halftime, the halftime break. FA Cup fourth round, you're out against Everton 0-1. You continue on in the Champions League up until Atletico Madrid 0-3 away from home and 2-4 at home in the quarters, and you're out there. Wolves coming in next this time around. Fantastic August. Not a great September, but picking it back up in October. You're doing really well in the league. Carabao Cup third round, though, you are out against Manchester United 0-1. Probably the same time period that Tottenham was out. FA Cup, you are continuing, though, up until the fifth round. 1-3 loss to Man City. You got a couple laws. I mean, the second half of the season is definitely a lot spottier. Newcastle having the reverse, an awful August, a great September, and a mediocre October. Not doing all that well. You are out immediately, though. Carabao Cup second round, 1-2 against Bournemouth. FA Cup third round, goes to a replay against Everton, out 2-3, lost there. And that is a massive sea of red right there. I mean, a huge amount of points dropped. It's insane, but great finish to the season. Transfer-wise, same outs for Tottenham, and I am going to bring you them just because there's not a lot, and I can go through these quickly. Same, though, for on the ins, except for Garcia comes in on loan, 2.9 million fee. Wolves, pretty much the exact same as what we're used to. Newcastle does get rid of Dubravka for 2.7, bringing in a couple players, Ronnie Edwards-Leka and Kokchu from Feyenoord for 41 million. Squad-wise, appearances are definitely down from usual, but Kane and Basuma up there. Goals, 16 for Son, Kane with 13, definitely on the downward turn. 10 assists apiece for Son and Kulusevski. Really not a fantastic season whatsoever stats-wise. Son with 7-17 though, not too bad. Definitely would like to see him a little bit higher. It's weird when you have Sarabia and Nunez as almost on the same tier as Tottenham in appearance-wise. Goals-wise, 13 for Cunha, 9 for Nunez and Jimenez apiece. Not the greatest. Sarabia only with 7 assists. I mean, this is definitely on the lower side. Newcastle might be a lot worse. Traore with 7-2-2 though. Surprised he didn't get sold off to Tottenham yet again, as we've always seen. Newcastle right on the same par as Wolves, 41 appearances for St. Maximin and Nick Pope. Goals-wise, 21 for Isaac. There you go. You got something in the bank. 6, though, is the second best with Callum Wilson. Assist-wise, 9. No one into double digits. That's insane. And then 7.25, highest average rating for Isaac. Not a fantastic season for Newcastle whatsoever. Data Hub, general performance for all three teams is really around the same mark. Shaky defense, good in attack. You can see really hovering around Premier League average. If you look at Wolves, they got a couple of spikes here and there, shots per game and unexpected penalty goals per game. But otherwise, it's really the same. I mean, Newcastle is more similar to Tottenham, but I mean, overall, not the greatest. Dribblings per game is fantastic there. So, Premier League stats. This tactic definitely has dribbling in the books, and it has defending in the books. Most goals, you do have 60 for Tottenham, but a lot of these things are just average. Most dribbles made, though, you've got all three teams. Newcastle with 929, an absolutely amazing mark there. But overall, the only other one tackling, Tottenham with 899, is basically the reason they're so high up in the table. Unfortunately, RDF Tactics says that this is a fantastic goal-scoring tactic for him, for Celtic at least. It did not work at all for our three teams in the Premier League. But you can see most goals, Isaac with 19, a fantastic result there, but nobody else down to 15. Most assists, no one's in there. I mean, you've got Traore in there with 6 player in the match awards, which is just average. So again, dribbles made right there. You've got a bunch. Most tackles, you've got a bunch there. So Trippier with 107. But overall, Sarabia and Trippier up there as usual. 132 is a fantastic mark for Sarabia, though. But overall, this tactic just didn't work out nearly as well as it worked out for Celtic and RDF Tactics version, unfortunately for us. But you get average. You get average marks for these three teams. I think we've definitely seen better 4-3-3s that just plug and play right immediately. And you don't have to worry too much about it. Just kind of getting some shouts and some transfers of your own and training for your own and things like that. And you could probably do a lot better on most of these things. So anyway, that is it for me, Stefan FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.